Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name remains Nkechi Ejikume, who cares to care. If you are seeing me for the first time, please could you do me a favor? Could you click on the subscribe button to subscribe for me? Secondly, could you click on the bell button for notification when I upload new videos? And if you are a returning subscriber, from the depth of my soul, I want to say a massive thank you. Thank you for returning. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your encouragement. The good Lord shall continually keep you, bless your household, keep you from this pandemic period. COVID-19 will not be your portion. Thank you again for being there. Today, we want to deal with the unknown before having children. The unexpected. And that will roll us into my story a little bit. I said a little bit because my story is long and I will not want to bore you. But I will make it as short as it is practicable. And I want to bring a bit of my story into the equation today, which I have called unknown, the unexpected, just for transparency. Transparency in the sense that when I'm talking, we all will be on the same page. Because if I'm talking on this side, I like it. This side of my life, I might not quite be making sense. But if I take you back to my past, you might be sitting where I have sat. You might be about to sit where I have sat. Because let's be honest, when you are a young lady about to start having children, maybe you're married and everything, or maybe with your spouse or partner, nobody wakes up and say, I want to have a child with special needs. Nobody wakes up and say, I want to have a child that's been diagnosed with autism. Nobody wakes up and say, I want to have a child with a hole in the heart or water in the brain. Nobody says, I want to have a boy or a girl that I can be suffering, suffering to bring up. Nobody does that. But life happens to us. So life can happen to anybody. When you are about to become a young mom with your partner, with your husband, with your spouse, you've had this convo naturally. How many children you people want to have? How many boys? How many girls? Twins, as the case may be. It's a natural thing to do. Then maybe you had the first one. It was okay. Everything, no problem. Then you had the second one. It was okay. No problem. Developed well, up and running. Then if you're like me, you might have the third one. For some families, it's the last one. Then you start asking yourself, where did you bring this one from? I have finished having children. Okay, so different situations for different families. So, my third child, now my story starts. When I got married as a young girl, I waited for 5 years for the fruit of the womb. I sat in the Lord's waiting room, trusting Him for 5 years. And I tell you something, the Lord's waiting room is a very lonely place. And why do I say that? Because you are sitting there all by yourself. By the way, everybody has their seats. You might be waiting on the Lord for anything, money, whatever, as the case may be. The Lord's waiting room is a very lonely place. But it's peaceful. It's peaceful because the Lord is with you in the waiting room in every step of the way. 5 years after, I took him for my daughter. It was a smooth pregnancy. 9 months down the line, she popped. She was the most stunning child I've ever seen. Even if I say it myself, with all due respect. She was stunning. She remains stunning. She brought us so much joy. Having waited for 5 years, you can well imagine. She was quick in development. She was up and running. She didn't have time to waste with anybody. Perfect child in every way. She brought us so much joy and pleasure. 2 years after, I went into prayer again. I requested for a son from the Lord. Straight to my point, I made it clear, straight to the point. I want a son. My prayer went like this: Lord, I thank you for my gorgeous daughter you have blessed me with. I've enjoyed doing her long hair. I've enjoyed dressing her up like a girl, combing her hair for her. But this time, I want a different sex of a child. I want a son. I want to equally experience taking him to the barbers to cut his hair. It is barber time. As a good Lord will always hear me. Shortly after I took him for my gorgeous son. Normal pregnancy, everything was okay. 9 months after, he thundered into the world. He did. Another perfect child. Everything was okay. Everything was perfect. He was going well. Then at this time, I felt I wanted the third one. But I was at a place of rest now. I have a son. I have a daughter. So anything the Lord brought, any sex, I was happy because I was at a place of rest. I was contented, to be honest. Shortly after, I took him for my son, Nakachukwu Kodi. That's the boss. He is the reason why this channel is happening. He is the reason why I have grown in every which way. It's another topic, I'll return with that. He is the reason why I have sat here speaking to us, sharing my experience with us. He landed into the world a son. We were overjoyed. Everything was okay. They were doing well. Up until a point, they all became ill. Fever, malaria, everything at the same time. It was like a joke. And for Nakachukwu, a child that had just started speaking properly, his speech began to slow down. They were so sick that going to school became a problem. When we drive them to school, we had to literally carry them on our backs to their classrooms. After school, we pick them up, carry them on our backs to the car, then to the hospital. It got to a certain point, we couldn't even do school anymore. Once we take them to school, few hours will be called to come and pick them up. They are not doing well. At a time, we were in the hospital for 3 months, back to back, living in the hospital with 3 of my children. Can you imagine that? But it came to pass. So, my first son, I'll be back to Nakachukwu Kodi. I know what I'm saying. I'm telling you my story, remember. My first son, Rapoluchukwu, had a distended abdomen. His abdomen was this big. I'm not even joking. He had to be opened up. When he was opened up, he had perforated intestines. They had to literally cut off different parts of his intestines and join them back together, and now closed him up. That surgery broke down 4 different times. As they stitch him back up, it breaks down again. As they stitch him up, it breaks down again. He was vomiting bile from everywhere. Rapoluchukwu did not eat for 3 months. The only thing he could munch on was ice cubes. At the sight of food, the boy will lose his mind. He was so hungry. He can only be fed intravenously with protein liquid. He was pulsing from everywhere. When I pick up my son, pus was draining from every lick and cranny. The boy stunk of pus pouring from everywhere. The agony of changing his dressing morning, afternoon, and night is unspeakable. He looks at me, he says, "Mom, I will not die. Mom, I will not leave you." We went on and on and on and on and on. After the 4th time of in and out of the theater, stitching him up, he began to heal. When he now managed to heal, he was left with a mighty incision hernia. The 5th surgery was done in Great Ormond Street. In fact, he now had a tummy tuck, so to speak. And that is for my first son. It was a very dark, trying and painful time in our lives as a family. But thank God, he is healed completely. The man I'm talking about as I speak to you is 19-year-old. He's 19 years. He's in the university. Back to Nakachukwu Kodi. On their recovering, after much, by this time, Nakachukwu has lost his speech verbally. So he became a different child with all manner of complications. But having said all, the Nakachukwu Kodi that time is not the Nakachukwu we have now. It's been a long journey for Nakachukwu Kodi and for us, his family. I'm very excited of the battles he has fought and won. But I'm even more excited looking at his destination, where he's going. At a point, I was convinced, we were sure he does not hear anything. This is the same Nakas that you call him now, he turns. He listens to instruction, he carries out instruction, he hears, he understands, he helps around the house. I will return back with more of Nakasi's story. I don't want to bore you. He might not quite be where he is supposed to be, but definitely without any fear of contradiction, he is not where he used to be. He is moving, slow but steady. And I sit here to say that I know, and I know, and I know again, that as much as the night falls, that day will break. That is the much I know that Nakachukwu Kodi, Emmanuel Chukwuebuka, those are his names, must get to his destination. So I'm sitting here to encourage us. Like I said before, this channel was born from the pain of Nakas. If you are sitting where I have sat, I like that, where I have sat, that will be your story, because you will move to a better place. If you are stepping into the dark place, if you are equally at a crossroad where you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, or you are that parent, mom, dad, that is thinking of throwing in the towel in frustration, I tell you, please don't. Weeping may tarry for a night, but for sure joy comes in the morning. It gets better. They get better. And they will all get to perfection as the good Lord liveth. I will be back with the second part of my story. I don't want to bore you too much because, like I said before, my story is long. This woman sitting down here has been through things and bad. You don't want to hear all of it, but you're gonna hear majority of it by the time I return next time. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. If you have not clicked the bell button, click the bell button. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for being here. This channel can only happen because you are here. Thank you for the depth of my soul. As we keep on keeping on, I'll be back with more on Who Cares to Care. My name remains Nkechi Ejikume. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.